Hello everyone, Stephanie here with Into the Looking Glass in Las Vegas. This is our raw, unedited little talk that we like to do. Thank you for joining in. We talk a little bit about everything. If you haven't been here yet, welcome, welcome. If you have, thank you for coming back. And also, let me know what you would like to talk about, would like to see. If you would like to see maybe more creative makeup, everyday stuff, all of that. Today I'm talking about, it's been around for a while, but I've never tried it. And the last little video I did, someone had suggested doing a BB cream, and as a rule I don't like those because they don't seem to stay on very long. And my skin, as you can tell, is red, like I have rosacea on my nose, and it doesn't always want to cover it. So this is what it looks like, and it was like, I think like $8. It wasn't expensive at all, and I'm going to give it a try. I have my eyeliner on, of course, but I don't have any foundation or any of that on. So yeah, I know I'm using my hands, but I'm going to go back and use a brush. I've just washed my hands. It's very, the thing I don't like, this came in light, medium, medium, and deep. And it always seems to be either too dark or too light. And this is, I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but it is a little dark. I need something a little lighter, but I think the light is just too light. So I wish they would get better with that. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really match. So I need to maybe try the light. I don't know, but it does. Is it covering? It's a BB cream, so we're going to see what it does for my skin. If you have any kind of beard, and yes, senior trend here, if you have any kind of beard, I would suggest, if anything, maybe highlight with it, but not to, it's not great, like a foundation wise. It's not going to cover anything. Wow. Let's see. It says, I called Covergirl, talking a little bit about it, and they were very helpful, all of that. They even suggested this for my skin, especially since I have sensitive skin. The reason I'm mainly talking about it, yeah, someone had suggested it, but this is the one I usually use by Covergirl. And when I went to the Walmart over by my house, they're no longer carrying it, and I was like, oh my gosh. I still put foundation on my forehead even though I have bangs, and I've already put on like sunblock and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm very lazy. I don't touch up my foundation or any of that throughout the day. Now you don't have to put any, you don't have to put any powder with it. But because I don't touch up or do anything, and I'm literally going to be working for 10 hours today, I am going to put a little powder with it. And the powder I like to use, let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, is the Almay. It's a matte. This is also a matte. And the reason I do matte, well, as a rule, if you do matte, it goes by your skin type. So if you have more oily type skin, you want more of a matte. If you have very dry skin, as a rule, you want more of that, like that dewy glow. Sorry, I got hair in my face. Oh, So I've done the Dewy Glow. It looks great in pictures, but it doesn't look great in person. Um, a light matte actually looks better on me, I think. Oh, and let's see. Did I bring? I did not. So I was looking for my little finishing brush, so I'm just gonna go in. And I'm not putting a lot on. I'm just pull some down on my neck. I get a lot of spam calls. It's kind of crazy. Let's dust this off now. And there's 1,000,001 ways to do makeup out there. Get that look that you like. This is a billion-dollar industry, and I think they try to screw us every way we go. And then if you listen to some of the influencers out there to tell you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way, and it's like, you know what? No, you don't. And especially when they're 22, they have a filter in front of them, and by the way, none of this is filtered, and they're not addressing anything for my age or any of that. The biggest mistake I see with people in their 50s and 60s, they just don't put enough on. And I sometimes get lazy. I get the same way. Your foundation's the most important thing. So I am using, and I love this, this is the BCBG Generation. I got it for Christmas. And I really like it. It's a palette. It has all the basic colors and stuff in it. And I like to put cheeks on. I know not everyone wears cheeks, but I like it. And that's the whole thing. Makeup's supposed to make you happy. It's supposed to make you feel good. And I think it's very important to feel that way. And, you know, old-fashioned beauty school, if you feel like crap in the morning, get up, wash your face, put a face on, fix your hair, and even if you still feel like crap, you'll look good and you'll feel a little better. I didn't use any concealers or anything this morning. I'm keeping it pretty simple. I always kind of wanted a nose job where that is like, when I go on stage, I can get it perfectly straight, but for daytime, it just don't. Your contouring is supposed to look like shadow. So anyway, let me put a little color in my eye. I do like color. And, you know, if you notice nowadays, and there's a movement, sorry, my eye itches. That's the mascara that I put on earlier. There. If you noticed, so many people look just alike anymore. There's no individuality with a lot of women anymore. And there's a fight against all of that where everyone looks alike anymore. And a lot of that, do we want to blame the Kardashians? Yeah, we do. They had a lot to do with that. But it's also our own fault for buying into all of it. Beauty standards, yes, they do change. The original beauty standard was created on from a German woman. And everything's like very mathematical, where your eyes, how far apart they're supposed to be, your lips, all of that. And you can go see all this old Hollywood stuff where they're measuring people and contouring them to get, and you know, to a degree they kind of looked alike back then, but not really. There were still things that were different about them. But now with all the plastic surgeries, it's just like they all have that, or they're getting the Ozempic face, which is, they're obsessed with being ultra thin. And as a transgender person, if you're too thin, it brings out all of the male features, and that's something we're fighting against and something we don't want. So fat can be your friend, in a healthy way. So, anyway, Ozempic was created for people like me, diabetics, and to help control their weight and all of that. My doctor told me absolutely not. So I've done other things, but every morning I do apple cider vinegar, lemon water, lemon juice, and a 16-ounce glass of water. And that not only curbs your appetite, but it helps with bloating. It just helps with a lot of stuff. And it does help regulate your blood sugar. So along with my regular medicine and doing that, it's helped so much. But anyway, I digress from all of that. I'm sorry. Let me put this in while I'm sitting talking. A little more blush. Yeah. And so there's this big fight back with the way everyone is looking. Also, Jamie Lee Curtis, who I find amazing. I love her acting, and just love all of that stuff she has to say about aging. I mean, there's a whole generation to where of women that's not aging. And is that necessarily a bad thing? No. But it's when you get these standards put on you that they Photoshop something, and then and they're saying you're not good enough. I understand Photoshopping like a hair out of place, but to the point that they totally reconstruct you, and then they filter on top of the Photoshopping. And they're basically saying you're just not good enough, and you are good enough. But it's a standard that no one can live up to. And I don't know if you would want to put your daughter through it, if you're going through that. It's insane. It's absolutely insane, especially the way they're obsessed with youth and, age. It's like, even if you don't look your age and you tell people you're at a certain age, then all of a sudden their whole attitude towards you changes. And there's a movement to help change that. Because Hollywood's been poisoned for a big time in the things that they want women to be and can't live up to. And especially in this day and age. And, if you like blue eyeshadow, wear blue eyeshadow if that's what makes you happy. Just because the trend's not there doesn't mean anything. In this day and age, there's no such thing as passable. It's just presentable, because there's so many out there, and so many of us have gotten lazy. And I understand if you don't like to wear makeup, but if you're presenting as a woman, cover your beard up at least. Put a foundation on that's going to cover your beard. Maybe not wear anything else. But there's enough makeup and different products out there for everyone to look halfway decent, and for us, even older ones, to look younger than what we actually are. But when you're 66 or 56 or 86, you can maybe take a few years off, but you can't look 25, period. Not without Photoshop and 1,000 feet away. It just isn't going to happen. So the big thing is, I think we need to learn to accept and love ourselves, and it's okay. My friends kind of get on me about, my age and me liking younger guys, and, it's like they say, when the end of the world is going to be me sharing cockroaches. And of course some younger guys too, they're going to have to be there. That's because guys that are like in their late 20s and up to their 40s, they like a lot of girls my age, and the guys my age want all the girls in their 20s and 30s, and then bitch because they don't know how to be a woman. And of course not, you're chasing a girl. And the guys, the young guys, I think males and females have a place in the world. If you want to be a woman, then take on that role. And a lot of times, being a woman is that you're a teacher. And, if the mother didn't do it, then the girlfriend or wife needs to teach that guy how to be a better man. And I think that's another reason a lot of guys, other than just the physical look that we have, but we're not as judgmental, and they can end up becoming much better people. That's not saying that there's not money grabbers and stuff like that out there, but I'm just saying, and I know I digress, I get into a bunch of different stuff when we're talking about this. Anyway, I don't edit anything, everything's raw, unfiltered, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you hit like, subscribe. Put down in the comments about what you would like to talk about, what you would like to see. And if you're ever in Vegas, stop by, say hi. I'm at 2202 West Charleston, Suite 14. I'm right there by the Omelet House over by UMC, Rancho and Charleston. And it's cute, little quiet, discreet little shop. And I have all the basics in there, but primarily I do makeup and skincare, and that includes waxing, all of that. Also, I work on a lot of regular guys and females, along with a lot of clientele I have that are transgender of all types. So anyway, I just want to thank you, and you have a great day. Okay.